My parents chose my gender. For me, and now I want to switch back. I was born intersex with ambiguous genitalia. The doctors gave my parents a choice: surgery to make me appear typically male or female. They chose female. I was raised as Emma, never knowing the truth until I was 16 and needed medical records for a school sport physical. The doctor looked confused reading my file. There's a notation here about childhood genital reconstruction surgery. Were you born with a congenital condition? My mom went pale. That night, she finally told me everything. I'd been born with both ovarian and testicular tissue, external genitalia that weren't clearly either. The doctor said picking a gender early would give me a normal life. They picked female because the surgery was simpler. My entire identity shattered. Every moment of feeling wrong in my body suddenly made sense. The dysphoria I'd felt since childhood wasn't confusion. It was my brain recognizing what my parents had hidden. I'd always felt male. I hated dresses, insisted on short hair, played exclusively with boys. My parents called it a tomboy phase that I'd outgrow. When puberty hit and they started me on estrogen without explanation, saying it was for irregular periods, I felt like I was becoming a stranger. At 17, I legally changed my name to Evan and started living as male. My parents were devastated. "We made you a girl," my mom sobbed. "We chose this for you." "That's exactly the problem," I replied. They'd thrown away my original medical records, thinking they were protecting me from confusion, but those records contained crucial information about my chromosomes, my hormone levels, my natural development path. Without them, transitioning became a medical guessing game. I started testosterone at 18. My body responded like it had been waiting for it my whole life. The depression I'd battled since childhood lifted. My voice dropped to where it felt natural. Body hair grew in patterns that felt right. But the surgical scars from infancy remained, reminders of a choice I never got to make. My parents refused to accept my transition. Dad said they'd sacrificed everything to give me a normal life as a girl. The surgeries, the hormones, the years of specialists. They couldn't understand that their sacrifice had been my loss. "You were perfect as Emma," Mom insisted. "Beautiful, feminine. Why destroy that?" "Because Emma was your creation, not me," I said. "You played God with my body before I could consent." They cut contact when I got top surgery. Said I was mutilating the body they'd fixed. The irony was lost on them. I'm 26 now. I've built my own life as Evan. Found a partner who knows my history and loves me completely. But the medical complications from that infant surgery persist. I have chronic pain, sexual dysfunction, and will need hormone replacement forever because they removed tissue that would have produced natural hormones. Last month, I met another intersex person who was allowed to grow up without surgery, choosing their own path at 18. They're healthy, whole, comfortable in their body. They chose to remain intersex, not picking either binary gender. Seeing what I could have been, someone given the autonomy to decide, broke something in me. My parents reached out recently. They want to reconcile, but only if I acknowledge they did their best with the information they had. They want me to absolve them of guilt, to say forcing me to be female was reasonable. I can't. They played irreversible surgery roulette with my infant body. They chose which hormones would flood my system. They decided my gender based on which surgery had fewer complications, not on who I might become. "We just wanted you to be normal," Mom said during our last conversation. "You wanted a normal daughter," I corrected. "Instead, you created a son who spent 16 years trapped in a body you manufactured." The support group I attend has 23 members. All of us were surgically assigned genders as infants. 18 of us transitioned to the opposite of what was chosen. 4 live with severe depression. All of us have medical complications from those corrective surgeries. The doctor who performed my infant surgery still practices, still recommends immediate intervention for intersex babies, still tells parents they're doing the right thing by choosing.